There are so many guides of Deadpool that you'd think they'd be more helpful to tell you things that aren't already in the in-game hero descriptions. It's no wonder people still don't know how to abuse this character's kit for easy wins. In this video, I'm going to tell you the secrets no one else on the platform is currently discussing to give you an edge on the competition. Here are my advanced tips and tricks to make Deadpool, or Healpool, the most broken strategist in the game. First, I need to show y'all how to actually be able to play Deadpool. I'll be teaching you how to instalock any Deadpool role for quick play. You'll want to put your cursor in this spot right here. Queue up a match, and get ready to combo your select and confirm buttons when the characters spin in. As soon as the cursor highlights tank pool, combo select and confirm on him, then you'll just wait until you're loaded into the map and you'll safely select any other role if you don't want to play tank. And with that out of the way, let's talk about Deadpool's passive. Deadpool's passive allows him to self-heal after around 6 seconds of not being active in combat. This means no healing teammates and no taking damage and no doing damage. Wade's passive also has the ability to tank a nuclear bomb and begin self-healing immediately after. Forget the part where Deadpool is invincible when he takes pictures. Deadpool can simultaneously survive a Wanda ult, Maximum Pulse, and Magneto ult point blank. He doesn't even have to be at full health tanking the blows. You can quite literally body block Magneto from ulting your Cloak and Dagger and live to fight again. But this is just side information I've chosen to mention for the sake of knowing. The real stuff starts now. We're going to be talking about your upgrades and abilities. You will always want to upgrade your Bouncing Bobble first, as this is going to give you the best way of getting ult charge and completing your final exam ultimate easily. Not to mention, your burst healing will be insane. With each throw, your bobble icon will have an increased radius for 3 throws, the last one not boomeranging back, but exploding at the end of its toss. This icon travels a distance of 35 meters and can reach 37 meters on its last throw. The way this ability works is that it does a one-time healing if a teammate comes into contact with the disc, potentially burst healing twice per boomeranged throw. In contrast to this, enemies will take fast chip damage for however long they remain in the area of the icon. But the most important thing here that you should remember about this ability is its stopping mechanic. The thrown bobble icon stops at any surface or enemy shield and then comes back early. What makes this a big deal is its self-heal and the decreased time it takes for each burst of self-heal. In a fight against dive, you can throw your icon on the floor or a wall you're up against for each toss. This will provide a quick additional self-heal option that will also damage enemies on top of you. The last throw that doesn't boomerang back will instead remain stationary below you, explode a healing effect you normally wouldn't receive, and damage any dive that may be directly attacking you. My last fact for this ability is that it will cancel if you are CC'd, stunned, or if you open your upgrade book right after activating the ability. Next, you'll want to upgrade your dash ability. You'll go from 2 shorter dashes to 6 potential dashes that travel farther and have an evasive bounce back. You'll go from 2 basic dashes to a potential of 6 chained dashes. These dashes will help you handle dive, close distances, escape, accumulate ult charge, and can even be used to help complete a final exam ultimate. This next part of the video is what I'm most excited to share with y'all. Here's where we get super spicy on Deadpool's upgrades that no one seems to be talking about currently. If you have a triple support, it's easier to run a more offensive playstyle by upgrading the following abilities. You'll want to upgrade your Deadpool in your area, and then upgrade your pwnage pound. You see, when you upgrade your area ability, you gain the ability to damage boost yourself and teammates in your area for 6 seconds on top of your healing and damage. That damage boost is 20%. A 20% boost, which will take your 25 damage that you do with your pistols for each shot to 30 damage. This ability has insane potential to make plays, especially because that damage boost affects your pwnage ult. The upgraded Deadpool in your area ability also damage boosts the damage a targeted enemy takes from missing abilities, on top of the upgraded 8 ticks of guaranteed damage, which only 5 of those ticks can potentially get boosted in that 6-second time frame. This isn't even counting the boosted damage you or your teammates could be doing directly to the target. Being hit with this ability and ult is almost a death sentence if used correctly. You should be using this combo on the enemy's most threatening DPS players or one of their supports, preferably the support farthest in the back. The support characters that are most vulnerable to this ult are Luna, Loki, and Jeff. Loki clones that miss will count as a missed ability. Occasionally you may use the ult to quickly dispose of a tank that's stalling objective, but that's only occasionally. In the case that you are running a 2-strategist team comp and playing on the initial defensive objective, I'd go ahead and upgrade my pistols and final exam ultimate instead, before area and pwnage. Your pistols are your main source of heals to your team. Shooting out an extra splash heal is definitely viable for keeping your team healthy. Then there's your final exam, where you need to get 7 little tricks that seem difficult, but is actually really easy to achieve quickly using your upgraded bobble icon. And even if you still don't get it with the bobble icon, just use your dashes to finish the job, or healing hop on a damaged ally. By completing the challenge, you will hit a Hikari jackpot to make you and your team effectively immortal for a good 8 seconds. And finally, upgrade your katanas last. It's a great upgrade. It just pales in comparison to the others when it comes to usefulness as a strategist. Bonus upgrade tips. When you upgrade your area ability, your bobblehead ability, and your dashes, the cooldown will be cancelled and you'll be able to use them right out the gate. Upgrading your pistols will reload them, and an up arrow will appear on every icon of your kit that has been upgraded. Finished discussing Healpool's upgrades and abilities, let's talk about how we can max out our level and charge ult as fast as possible. You can dramatically gain ult charge by triggering your area ability when damaged allies or enemies are initially in its radius, hitting enemies and healing allies with your icon, and for a whole letter level up, jump on a damaged ally or any enemy. Normal heals and damage steadily feed ult as well, but all you really need is your bobblehead icon. To level up fast for upgrades, you need to dish out lots of heals and damage. The most effective way of leveling up fast is to take pics of your final hits, with close pics giving a little more XP than ranged ones. And just to clarify, taking pics doesn't feed your ult charge, and you cannot be counted on objective when taking a pic. But you will be invincible and will be able to take heals if you are damaged. The more you upgrade, the higher XP requirement will be for your next upgrade. Bonus ult economy tips. The cooldown timer for your ult starts its countdown as soon as any ult is triggered. So, you can potentially get your ult before 45 seconds after your ult has finished out. For final exam, if you manage to get your jackpot last second, you still get the additional 8 seconds of ult time, which makes it a 20-second ult with a 25-second cooldown until you can start building on your next one. There's a lot of debate to which ult you should primarily use as Healpool, and I'm here to say without a doubt it's pwnage pound. You can't go wrong with it. You should use your final exam in some cases where your team is super low on health, you need to stall in a fight, or even just use it to escape and play your life. The super healing is really great, don't get me wrong, but it's not great to use for counter ult. You still have to jump through some hoops to get the full effect for a measly 8 seconds. In every other case, pwnage pound dominates. Need to put a death sentence on a dive character wasting your teammates? Done. Need some quick heals and offensive pressure just to turn the tides of the fight? Done. Increase your chances of getting a final hit so you can take a pick for the rest of your upgrades? There's that too. The only drawback to this ult is that it gives less healing output and doesn't last long either, but the offensive trade-offs are just so worth it, and it's fun to use, I can't lie. I personally just use final exam for when my team is in a desperate spot for health, and we already have the objective locked. Then I'll walk to each of my teammates so they can get their health back, and then I can increase their max health. And that always seems to be the thing that prolongs the fight, in my experience. Whereas the fight will most likely be to our advantage when I pop pwnage, and will end faster, or at least enable my team to create more space. So, in my opinion, pwnage ult is likely the better option in most cases of a match, and that's because I used to think pwnage was such a waste, and I would just never use it because it was worthless. But, you know, it wasn't until I actually found out how to play it, it changed my whole opinion of Healpool's ults. Complete 180. But I don't know. Y'all can tell me what y'all think of the ults. Am I sorely wrong for thinking pwnage is the go-to ultimate? The answer is no, by the way. And I really don't think I can be convinced otherwise. But if you think you can, let me know. Alright, that's all for the new information I found on Healpool for now. If you found this video helpful, like it, share it, so I don't have to continue playing with Healpool players that upgrade their katanas first. And subscribe for more videos like this. Peace.